I think should be live. Should be live. All the posts are out. Alrighty. YouTube is looking good. Twitch is looking good. All right. We can probably think about getting started here. I need my other mouse for the other computer. Okay. So you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Sweet. All right. How are you guys doing? How's everybody's day going? I think Firefox crashed while I was using this the other day. Advent of code. No Adblock Plus. Okay. As you can see here, very much behind. Yeah, I finished day one at least, but then some stuff came up. So let's get started on day two here. All right. Day two, Red Nose reports. Fortunately, the first location the historians want to search the let's try that. Let's start over. Fortunately, the first location the historians want to search isn't a long walk from the chief historian's office. While the Red-Nosed Reindeer nuclear fission fusion plant oh, they're referencing from the other Advent of Code, appears to contain no sign of the chief historian, the engineers there run up to you as soon as they see you. Apparently, they still talk about the time Rudolph was saved through molecular synthesis from a single electron. They're quick to add that since you're already here, they'd really appreciate your help analyzing some unusual data from the red-nose reactor. You turn to check if the historians are waiting for you, but they seem to have already divided into groups that are currently searching every corner of the facility. You offer to help with the unusual data. The unusual data, your puzzle input, consists of many reports. One report per line. Each report is a list of numbers called levels that are separated by spaces. For example, 76421. Yep, I remember this. This example data contains 6 reports, each containing 5 levels. The engineers are trying to figure out which reports are safe. The red-nose reactor safety systems can only tolerate levels that are either gradually increasing or gradually decreasing. So a report only counts as safe if both of the following are true. The levels are either all increasing or all decreasing. Any two adjacent levels differ by at least 1 and at most 3. In the example above, the reports can be found safe or unsafe by checking those rules. 76421 safe because all levels are decreasing by 1 or 2. These ones are unsafe because 2 and 7. 6 and 2, that's too far. 1 and 3 is increasing, but 3 and 2 is decreasing. Unsafe because 4 is neither an increase or decrease. Safe because the levels are all increasing by 1, 2, or 3. So for this example, 2 reports are safe. How many reports are safe? Okay, so this should be relatively simple, I think. I don't think this should be too crazy. So we should be able to do this. And let's hop on over to... Oh, yeah. I forgot to set up a chat. Okay, let's go do that real quick. Let's go. We need to go to the YouTube dashboard. Is Vimium not working? Maybe I disabled it on the YouTube studio. Dismiss. I am live on YouTube. Yeah, I'm definitely live. There we go. Pop out chat. 3. There we go. There we go. Perfect. So if we need it, we have it. Alrighty. So first we want day 1 tester txt. Oh no. Not day 1 tester. Day 2 tester. And it's all that stuff. And then we want day 2 input. Actually, no. Why do I keep exiting? Day 2 input .txt. And then we're just gonna do that blank for now. And then we want day 2.ps1. Okay. So we need input file. And this is gonna be ps script root slash day 2. We're gonna do tester for now. Is my LSP working? Oh yeah, it is definitely working. All right, so we got our input file. Raw input equals, so get content from input file, and then we want raw. Do we want raw? What did I do before? Yeah, that's what I did before. Okay, day 2. Input lines, and we want this to be a string array, and this should be string there. Okay, cool. And so we're gonna do raw input dot split. We're gonna split on the this is what got me last time. The new line character. And we should be good. So for each, for each line in input lines, and then we should do so numbers temps equals line dot split. I should also trim it up. Yes, you can do that in PowerShell. It's weird, but you can run that dot trim on every item that way. It's really kind of funky. And then we're gonna split on spaces. And then this is gonna be a string. And then what are we doing here? So I need the first 2 temps. So I need type coercion should do okay here. Temp sub 0. Oh no. Call it temp 1. Temp 1. Temp 2 if temp 1 is greater than, well, actually EQ temp 2. This is an instant fail. This fails instantly. So we gotta have a count. Alrighty. so it's an instant fail, so continue. And we're counting. Yeah, Vimium doesn't work here. It works here, sort of. It says no links to select. Okay, that makes sense. So basically, we need to know how many are safe. Okay, so we're counting the safe ones. So temp 1, temp 2. So continue. This is not safe. This is not safe. So what do we do here now? So if temp 1 is greater than temp 2, then do those things. Else, if temp 1 is less than temp 2, do those other things. Yeah, I always forget that. Okay. So basically, we have to iterate over every number, and we have to figure out, are they all greater than or in the right range? So so we're going to do a for each, and then we're going to have to break out of, we're going to have to do, does PowerShell? I know JavaScript has that feature, the labels you can jump to. You do not need to add the colon when using break with a loop label. Break should be written as this. They do have the feature. Okay. So, we're just going to call this outer. And so, what we're going to do is we're going to say for each. We're going to type coerce these to an int. Temp in temps. Okay. Missing closing. Are we? Doesn't look like it. Am I blind? Am I missing something here? Oh. Something specifically. Can I not coerce? Can't coerce. I thought I could coerce in the for each thing. Oh well, I guess. Temp num equals temp. Okay. Oh, we're gonna have to do. We have to do the regular loop. Because we have to have our index temps dot length I plus plus. And then what we can do is just say temp gets temps sub I. Okay. Okay. So now that we've got our old-fashioned loop here, what do we want to do? We want to get next temp. But if we're on the last, so basically if I equals temps dot length minus 1, then we from the last one, there's no next entry. We just break out of the for loop. I could use a while here. Actually, I'm stupid. I can just iterate one less. I'm dumb. Why don't I just do that? So next temp equals temps sub I plus 1. Okay. If so basically the acceptable range, we need to compute the acceptable range. So if next temp is, so this is if it's greater, so it's greater GT greater than temp plus 2, if I remember right. So 7 to 6, 6 to 4, 6 minus 2 is 4. Okay. So that should be greater than 4. I should be able to say continue outer. Otherwise, count plus. And then we should be able to do the exact same thing here. And we could say instead of plus 2, it's minus 2. Continue outer, otherwise count. Actually, we can move this down here. If we get to the end of either of these, technically this is an else if. Okay, I like this. This looks good. Okay, let's see if this works. So if we do day 2 dot ps1 permission denied. No, I know. j2 dot ps1. Oh, right, host. This is one safe entry. So this is right host. Let's say line. It's marked as safe. 76421 was marked as safe. Okay. So that's the decreasing one. The increasing one, though. So the bottom one should be safe. Yes. There we go. 13679 should be safe. This one. So why is it not? 1 plus 2 is 3. Next temp is not greater than 3. 3 plus 2. That's wrong. 1, 2, or 3. At most 3. Oh, okay. So my logic isn't wrong. Wait, why would that? That marks 0 safe entries. Why? What did I do wrong here? What did I do wrong here? So, but what I can do then is I can say threshold Threshold. So we need to add this to this. No. There we go. Okay. See what that does. Entry was marked safe. Temp was 7, next temp 6, threshold 10. And I said if threshold was 10. So if next temp, which is 6, is greater than 10, which is false. How does that make any sense? Is this because... Am I getting suckered by type coercion here? I think I was getting suckered by type coercion. Okay. So this is 3. Okay, so there's some wrong things here. So 1, next temp 2, threshold was -2. Why was it -2? Why did it go there? Temp 1 is less than temp 2. I invert my logic? Did we invert the logic somehow here? Let's think through this. So if I had 1 and 2, so 1, temp 1, and then the next one is 2. So next temp is greater than, well, temp 1 is less than. So when it's so this is where I need to be doing a plus. And then when temp 1 is greater than temp 2, I need to say temp -3. So that's technically the right answer, but it's not correct. Because Not quite. Not quite. So if temp 1, next temp 3. Threshold 4. If next temp 3 is less than 4, which is true. It should be greater than. I'm doing dumb things. Stop that. PowerShell illegal. Hey, bad cop. PowerShell is illegal. Are you gonna ticket me? Am I getting a ticket for this? Or a fine? I'm doing something dumb here. I'm doing something very dumb. I mean, aside from the PowerShell. Sounds good. Okay. I'm on a POSIX compliant system. This is Linux. Right? This is Ubuntu. It should be all right, right? Oh, why is Nightbot? What? Why is Nightbot doing that? That shouldn't happen. What in the world? Wrong keyboard. I'm gonna turn it off, because that's not right. That's super weird. It's never done that before. Twitch is gonna make me do things I don't want to do. There we go. There we go. Nightbot should be off. Awesome. Sorry about that. I gotta figure out why it did that. That's weird. But it is indeed PowerShell for Linux here. The .NET runtime runs on Linux. Why are these two being marked as safe? That's not right. Because it goes down. Like, it should be... So, okay. So basically I have to say if... So now if... temp... So if less than, so they have to go up. So if temp is greater than next temp, right host No, we don't have to write host. We can just continue outer. And then we can do the same thing up here. And we can say, instead of greater than, if it's less than. It's still the same. Did I do that wrong? Temp less than next temp. Temp greater than next temp. So if temp 1 is greater than temp 2, then we iterate through all of them and say continue outer we should say less than equal to. Greater than equal to. Hey, look at that. Look at that. That looks good. That looks good. Awesome. Okay, so now we need day 2 input. We need the day 2 input. Okay, and then in day 2, we get the real input, 591. That's the right answer. Woohoo! Advent of PowerShell for the win. Awesome. Sweet. Okay. So now that we have that, we can continue on to part 2. The engineers are surprised by the low number of safe reports until they realize they forgot to tell you about the problem dampener. The problem dampener is a reactor-mounted module that lets the reactor's safety systems tolerate a single bad level in what would otherwise be a safe report. It's like the bad level never happened. Now the same rules apply as before, except if removing a single level from an unsafe report would make it safe, the report instead counts as safe. More of the above example reports are now safe. Thanks to the problem dampener, 4 reports are actually safe. Unsafe, which regardless of which level is removed, safe. We just need to count in fractions essentially. And once the iterations get over, like we just need to count in fractions, and then once the iterations get over 1, I guess, then we bail. So this is pretty easy to get to part 2 here. So we should say int infraction count equals 0. And what we say if yeah, no. This is right. If fraction count GT1 continue. Yeah, so we need to change this in fraction count plus. put this at the end of the beginning of the loop here. Fraction count plus plus and infraction count plus plus. Delete that line. Okay. How many reports are now safe? 714. That sounds good. 714. That's not the right answer. It's too high. Uh-oh. Tolerate a single bad level that would otherwise be a safe report. Oh, it's greater than 2. It's got to be greater than 2. No. It would be greater than 1. You go through and you'd have an infraction. Oh. Because those two are equal. If they're equal, we have to simply change our logic here. Ha. Fraction count plus plus. Oh, did it say it was too high? So that potentially was an issue. 797. That's probably, I think it said it was too high. Oh boy. I don't think this is gonna work. Your answer's too high. No. What are we doing here? Except if removing a single level from an unsafe report would make it safe, the report instead counts as safe. So in theory, given my logic, I should be able actually, I should probably have an if guard here. Infraction count less than 1. $591. $591, that was the original answer. Right? Do we have to invert a bunch of logic here to make this work, essentially? Temp 1, temp 2. Infraction counter. If infraction count. Do we have to... Oh, thank you, Kaliu. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. What am I doing wrong here? What is wrong? Thank you very much. I too watch streams to motivate me to program sometimes. It's good inspiration. This should work. If infraction count, then we continue the outer loop. And we don't count it. Looks very advanced. It's PowerShell, so it's not super advanced. there are much better languages to do this in, but Twitter poll said I needed to do this, so here I am. I don't think this is gonna work, but let's comment out the exiting, and we can just count in fractions. And yeah, 591. If infraction count is less than 1, infraction count starts at 0. So there's 1 infraction every single time. So let's look at that last entry. 66, 67, that's fine. 67, 68, that's fine. 68 to 71, that's alright. 72 to 75, that's fine. That's marked as safe. I only have the ones that are marked safe here, I think. So what I could do, let's do this. Let's say else marked as unsafe. We should skip blank lines. If string is null or white space line, then we should continue. 591. Okay. Is there any unsafe in here? Oh, there we go. There we go. 31 to 37, 35 to 37. This is 38, 38. Yeah, this one should be marked unsafe. Let's go back to let's go double check something here. Safe without removing any levels. Unsafe regardless of which level is removed. It's not the distance between them. It's saying physically removing the level. Isn't that equivalent to just ignoring one bad move? No, it's not. It's not equivalent. It's not equivalent, is it? So we could, I mean, the brute force method would be to iterate through every single possible permutation of this and say if there's any one of those with one number removed that's safe, or the original is safe, then we're all right. So I just did this flat out wrong. So now I have to go undo all that. I have to go undo it. The good news is a lot of this logic still holds then. We're just going to have to add yet another loop. So we're going to have to get all permutations of the string array then. So we're going to make this a function get permutations of, permutation is the wrong word. Get mutations, yes, of temps. Parameter block. Here we go. Delete that commandlet binding. Of course. Mandatory. Let's just call it an int array. It should coerce, right? And then in here we can say temps. That should work. Oh, woo. Okay. So so essentially doing this brute force method, I need to iterate through, I need to do, so we're gonna have string array of arrays, and then we're gonna have the first one be just, the first one is just temps. Okay. So each iteration, so we're gonna iterate through all of them and all of the entries in here, and then we're gonna remove one. So result yeah, we'll use the add method because I think that's gonna work better for each. No, it's gotta be another array. I equals 0, I less than temps dot length I plus if I can type. Okay, so we're gonna remove each item. So within here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna say we're gonna do another for loop, almost exactly the same, except for in this line we're gonna replace I with J, and what we're gonna say, so we're building a new array. If I not equal to J, then what we need to do is new temps array add plus equals temps sub I, or is it J? Oh, this is J. And then once that's done, then temps plus temps dot add new temps array. Okay. Oh, no, not temps. Result dot add. And then we're returning result. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. So basically, we're looking at if any of those pass. We're looking at if any of those pass. Yeah. So what we need is all temp mutations. It's literally if any one of those passes, then we can count and continue iterating. Okay, so get mutations of temps. Okay, for each Um, and all the formatting breaks every time I do that. There we go. All temp mutations. Okay. Continue if they're equal. Now we have to count. Don't we? Because that's the level we count if we're greater than 1. Yeah. This is where our infraction count comes into play. Infraction count 1. If infraction count greater than 1, continue outer. This is inner. Man, this is a complex loop. Complex set of nested loops. I would love to like figure out how to make this not so terrible. Forgot there was a formatter that actually works for this. So yeah, continue outer, continue inner, and this would be okay. So this would be an infraction. Oh, that's right. I don't like the formatter because the formatter does dumb things. That's why I forgot it exists, because it sucks. Fine, whatever. Just let you ruin my code, I guess. Okay. So every time... So infraction count, anytime we're doing continue inner, we infraction count plus plus. Okay. Forgot to put these in a nice register so that I don't have to keep doing that. Then at the end here, I can say if infraction count less than 1, less than equal to 1, then mark it as safe. Otherwise it's over 1 and it's not safe. Oh no. I don't remember if this plus equals is gonna work. Where did I do that? Oh, right here. Didn't I? Yeah, it's not permutating, right? Those permutations didn't work at all. Or I'm doing something very wrong here. Oh, yeah, that won't. Probably temp mutation, temps. That's probably gonna do it. Temp mutation. Temp 1, temp 2, temp 1, temp 2. Temp -3, that should all be good. And then temp mutation. Temp mutation right there. Fraction count. There we go. Okay. No safe entries. Oh. Do we have items here is the question. Are they here? Do they exist? Why are they all different numbers? Should have the same. Are these different lengths? Due to input. Oh, they are different lengths. That's fine. Okay. What am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong? Is it here? Let's convert to JSON. All single number arrays. That ain't right. Is that my problem? Doesn't appear so. How does... I knew lists were going to be a problem in PowerShell. Oh, why? That's not right. It's not right. Because... it's like a list of single numbers. That's not... that ain't right. So you have array of arrays, the results, temps is in there. And for each of these, we append why couldn't I use add? Instead, I feel like I should use add. I feel like it's just gonna be nicer to me. Collection was of a fixed size. Linked list. I can make them linked lists. I don't know if that's gonna work. Yeah. I didn't think so. What about just stop that? Collection was a fixed size. When using existing fixed size, so you'll receive an error. Creates a new array with the same element plus the old one. It's a larger array. So it's creating a new array. That's way harder than it needs to be. That's so stupid. I don't like that. It's way harder than it needs to be. Well, I may sign off for the evening and I'm gonna think on this. Because I don't love this strategy. Actually, before I do, let's just sub array new temps array. We'll use the plus equals here. Ah, it's gonna. Okay, subarray. Looks good. Result array is 0. Why? Oh, because the last one is probably 0. No. I want a two-dimensional array. And that's not how I want it. This is PowerShell. This is really limitations of PowerShell right here. All right, well, I'm signing off for the evening. I don't know what else to do at this point, so we'll pick up later. I was hoping to get through a couple days today, but no such luck. So I'll work on some of this offline. Should work, but that's not the PowerShell way. This is where it all breaks down. This is where PowerShell becomes hell. So, all right. Thank you very much. If you guys are still around, or if you've watched the video to the end, I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a good night. So, yeah. Bye.